5 different nachos. Last train, last train, last train. Last train to Awesome Town. Come on, everybody, won't you party with me now? Last train to Awesome Town. Come on, won't you party with me? Last train to Awesome Town. The roof is on fire, gonna burn it to the ground. Hey, yeah. Last train to Awesome Town. Come on, won't you party with me? Dude, bro, this party is sick. 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 Dude, this party has like 5 different kinds of nachos. Whoa, that's off the hook crazy. 5 different nachos. 5 different nachos. 5 different nachos. 5 different nachos. Last train to Awesome Town. Come on, everybody, won't you party with me now? Last train to Awesome Town. Come on, won't you party with me? Last train to Awesome Town. The roof is on fire, gonna burn it to the ground. Hey, yeah. Last train to Awesome Town. Come on, won't you party with me? Party with me. Party with me. Party with me. Party with me. 5 different nachos.
Hello, you're listening to the Nerd Edification Hour on Alternation Radio. It would seem my phone's not here. Rachel.
This is the Nerd Edification Hour on Alternation Radio. Our host Caleb is mysteriously silent for some reason. Today we have the usual stuff where we'll be talking about some film news, some cartoon news, some X-Men news specifically, as well as some inevitable Nintendo stuff. The Nerd Vocab, as usual. We'll have regular video game news, including some Destiny and Ratchet & Clank news. A little bit about a recent demo that has just been released yesterday. And then, of course, our general tech news. So, yes, that is what we are going to be talking about today.
Not hearing.
No, we are not hearing you. Jeremy, how about you begin and talking about the Ben 10 and Cartoon Network stuff for a moment?
Yeah, you guys work on that one. I'll take over.
How about now?
Yes.
I did it. I fixed it.
Too late. I'm
Yay.
anyways.
Oh.
So, once again, it's another coup.
Yeah.
Cartoon Network wants a second lease on life for Ben 10, the cable outlet, part of Time Warner's Turner plans to introduce, move my mic there, a new version of the popular animated series, which debuted back in 2006, and chronicle the adventures of Ben Tennyson, the 10-year-old boy who discovers, the alien device known as the Omnitrix that gives him the power to change into various aliens, which I will tell you right now, my kids and myself actually watched a lot of that show.
It is a really, really good show.
I liked it.
Surprisingly
I have
entertaining.
Many good memories of that show. It was great.
Yeah. So, and that was done by the guy, Man of Action, actually, is the ones that created that, which we had talked about last time for the Mega Man show. So that's great. They're just very busy. Cartoon Network Studios produced a series which will debut on Cartoon Network International channels in the fall of 2016 and in North America in 2017. Man of Action Entertainment, the original production team behind the series includes creators Joe Casey, Joe Kelly, Duncan Relu, and Stephen T. Siegel will serve as executive producers, and John Fang will be supervising producer.
Yeah, so this is one of those bizarre instances where elsewhere gets it before the United States.
It's It's been something lately. Like all these, they're taking like all the older cartoons and redoing them. I'm noticing a trend of that.
Yes, kind of like
just like video games.
where they do
and
HD
the
remakes.
Movies.
I think they are kind of they've plateaued in the term of new ideas at this point.
This
I
is the
think.
couple
What's
year
a new
creative
idea?
Vacation.
Yes. So
What's a new idea? I don't know what that is.
Exactly. So pretty much what's going on is there's kind of a plateau in terms of like plot and concept and stuff like that because of just literally all this stuff that's already been made. And I guess they have to wait a little bit before.
Because I mean, the interesting thing with Ben 10 specifically is it was one of those cartoon series. It didn't just run for it. It showed his time when he was a kid, when he was in high school, up to almost college age, like just covering his life on how this went. So are they just scrapping that and starting over?
No. It's gonna. I don't know if it's going to be. They haven't really said like where in the timeline it's going to take place, whether it's going to be as part of the, say, original series,
Right.
or if it's going to be him as a high school student, or whether it's going to be some alternate universe of
But
some
so they
kind.
could do like
it
Transformers.
could be.
They always
I mean-
had alternate takes on it as
Yeah.
they go along.
So, I mean, we're not going to know, and obviously until they tell us.
Given Man of Action, I'm willing to give it a shot because almost everything they've done has been great.
Yeah, I mean, they're pretty good. And to think that our children's children may not have anything super original at all. Are they?
No, well, I
Those
mean,
days are over.
well, more often than not, we'll probably just, I guess, make them watch older shows.
Say, I
do
remember
that
when
already.
that
That's
came out.
what I did when I was a
remember.
kid.
I found a copy of Silverhawks on
Oh, man.
DVD. Got my kids to
man.
watch it. They were so happy.
Oh man.
Most of you probably don't know what that is.
No.
All right, so moving on to other cartoons that are coming back.
Yeah. Powerpuff Girls. I remember the Powerpuff Girls. I mean, me as a girl watching a girl show that had to do with superpowers was, kind of nice for me since I already liked a lot of typical, boy stuff. Like,
You're such a tomboy.
I'm such a
Rachel.
tomboy.
Such a tomboy.
I know. I was when I was a kid, most definitely. But
I watched it.
but
Yeah, I'd say I watched Powerpuff Girls.
I
That was awesome.
distinctly remember being vaguely bothered by the lobster-handed
Him.
him. They didn't really say who he was, but
No.
we all
They
knew.
hinted
We all knew.
Straight up, that was the devil.
Yeah, that
Oh,
was the
gosh.
devil. Very disturbing. Like, I'm noticing now more as an adult all the stuff that cartoons got
Oh,
away
yeah.
with back then. I mean, they still get away with a lot of stuff now.
Yeah, but Powerpuff Girls was messed up.
Yes, it was. It was 10 kinds of messed up.
My kids are watching it. I'm just kind of like, wait.
Whoa,
they just-
whoa.
I'm just not going to say anything.
No.
And I mean, I think they put those things in there with the intention that, adults are going to be watching this with their children. So why not put something in there that the adults are going to notice and be entertained by, and the kids, it'll just go over their head.
Or they're just sick and twisted and just trying to
I mean, yeah.
mess
but
up your children.
in any case, the Powerpuff Girls are going to be returning. If sometime in 2016.
Right.
They revealed the 3 actresses who will be taking on the sisters, and those actresses are Amanda Layton, Kristen Lee, and Natalie Palamides. Why they didn't just get the original voice actresses, I don't know, because they're still around.
See, I miss Tara Strong as Bubbles. She was great.
Tara Strong's great, and honestly, she took to Twitter and she was not happy.
All 3 of them weren't happy. All of them had comments.
Oh, I can imagine so. If you originated a role and you're still around and can continue doing that role, and they just suddenly pass you by.
Do you think that this new series will be like the Chinese Powerpuff Girls?
Oh God.
Did y'all see that?
No idea.
Oh my gosh, that was like, what have they done?
Yeah,
so-
not a clue. Part of what they were upset about, though, is not only were they passed up for it, they were never even told.
Right.
They found out the same time we did, oh, this is even happening.
Which is, it's sad. It's honestly sad. It is. I, for one, get mad at that sort of thing when, somebody originates a role and then when it comes back around and they're still able to do it and they get passed up, that's kind of like throwing it in their face a little bit, which is, I don't know
Exactly
whether to...
what it is.
It's bad.
Hey, look, we're making a new show and you can't be in it. Haha. It's like, what? Why would you do that?
It's awful. Who here is a Neil Gaiman fan? Me.
Who?
Sandman.
Sandman.
Oh, okay. Oh, I don't know who Sandman is. Yes. Okay. Yeah. I thought we were talking about an actor.
We've
Sorry.
raised you wrong.
So terrible. But it's been quite a while since we've heard anything about Joseph Gordon-Levitt's big screen adaptation of the Neil Gaiman classic Sandman, especially from the adaptation when it was released as a comic. That's what he's specifically working on. It wasn't in Warner Bros. Big announcement for their slate of DC Comics-based movies this year, but it kind of led people to wonder whether it was off. Sandman is one of those big works of modern, recent fiction in the terms of.
It was one of the series that went through all of DC's kind of mystical side of their books. It connected all of them, went through them. You know, his sister herself was Death.
Yeah,
so
I mean,
the relationship with her was funny because she was always so happy.
This thing is epic. It's huge. I mean, for example, this story began in 1988, and he's released. It ran 8 years with 75 issues.
Yep.
75.
Cool.
It ended in 96. Many felt that the huge story was too daunting to be contained successfully into one film, leading to some to think that Joseph Gordon-Levitt might have bitten off a little more than he can chew. But hold up. He's still committed to bringing it to life. He did actually speak to MTV and said things have been going well. It's slow but steady. It's a really complicated adaptation because those comics, he calls them brilliant,
right?
But they're not necessarily written as a whole. It's not like Watchmen, which is a graphic novel that has a beginning, middle, and end. Sandman was written over the course of 6-7 years, one at a time, one little 20-page issue at a time. And to try to make that and take it and make it into something that's a feature film that has a beginning, middle, and end, it's complicated because it's a lot of stuff to sort through, which I understand why that's complicated. But if he gets Neil Gaiman's approval, then I think he's fine.
And it makes you wonder what other characters are going to bring into it because, I mean, that book, when it went through, like I said, it covered a lot of DC.
Obviously,
Constantine was in there.
Obviously, Morpheus.
Well, Morpheus was in there. Constantine. You had Dr. Fate. Mm-hmm. A lot of the, even kind of like the third-tier DC like mystical characters showed like what happened to some of them and how they went.
Exactly.
So I'm wondering, if they're going to try and cover all this, how far in are they going to go? Because they were all in there for different important reasons. Specifically, the whole thing of him getting his bag of sand back and some of the other items he needed. That was a whole long questing series as well.
Well, as long as, he gets the creator's permission and input onto it, then he should be fine. Because where a lot of people who do stuff like this make the mistake is they don't consult the creator too much, which ends up messing things up.
I mean, it's going to have to be some kind of adaptation. Things are going to be lost, but as long as he's on board, it's just a variation on something you've already had. It's just something new you can enjoy in the same series. Exactly.
And typically when something is different that's like, say, based on something like this, fans have the tendency to consider it like a whole separate universe. Well, like based upon, they don't exactly consider it, say, like we say, canon, which is nice. Like you said, separate input.
And while they did cancel the Constantine show, if they have him in there, I want the same guy.
Oh, I agree.
So
I agree.
Role.
And there's still the possibility that Netflix will pick it up.
Oh, I know the producers were coming out and saying it's completely dead. Like they
really?
won't allow them to do anything. It's done.
Oh, that's awful.
Yeah. Apparently they've put the whole kibosh on it.
Well, that's awful. Well, hopefully that doesn't happen to other series like Forever, for example. That's another series that got washed that apparently nobody watches but me, which is awful because it was great.
No, Forever what?
That one show with Mr. Fantastic?
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. But our last bit of movie news, we'll let Caleb talk.
All right, so while Hugh Jackman has been coy about whether or not Wolverine will make an appearance in the upcoming Deadpool movie or even the X-Men Apocalypse.
Let's be honest, he's going to make some kind of appearance.
In both.
In both, definitely in Deadpool.
If it's just like a little picture or something like that in a book, it'll be like that.
There's
There you
no
go.
way around it.
Yeah.
No, he'll probably end up calling Logan on the phone. Let's be honest. So
Literally a phone in.
yes, that's what it'll be.
I'll be happy with just as short a cameo as he had in X-Men First Class.
Me too.
That was great.
It was great.
But yeah, he said that he doesn't know. Well, see, now I've lost my place. But we know that the untitled Wolverine sequel coming March 3rd, 2017 will be his last time playing the role. So we have until then to see him in all his cameo everywhere.
Well, you gotta realize he's been playing this character for 17 years.
And
now.
then he can move on to filming Real Steel 2, which would be great.
Yeah,
Pretty sure that's not happening.
Yeah,
Sorry,
Dave.
he's been playing this character for a very, very, very long time. So, I mean, when he was on some news show recently, I think probably yesterday morning, I want to say, talking about it with Kelly Ripa. And because I don't remember the other host's name, because I still remember it as Regis and Kelly, and I can't get that out of my head. But that shows my memory, right? Long term's good, short term not so much. But anyway, he was saying that he was talking to some other actor, and the guy said, "Well, you know, I quit when it was a high point," and because you got to remember. There's no telling when your audience is going to get tired of you. There's no telling when anyone's going to get tired of, say, these superhero movies or the superheroes themselves. So why not quit when it's good rather than when it's bad?
That's what I keep telling everybody, but then they come
Just
out and they make
paycheck?
a sequel. Like with a certain movie that starts with an F, ends with an N. Why don't you just leave it alone?
What?
What?
Huh?
I don't know.
I don't know what movie you're
There's
talking
a certain
about.
Disney movie. coming out.
Oh.
And they're all trying to make a big deal about it. I'm like, well, if it's so good, why don't you just leave it alone? Instead of
Frozen.
trying to like, shh, we don't say it.
I can say it whatever I
No.
want. It's not like if you say it 3 times, Elsa will pop up in this room.
I don't want that, actually. That's
My daughter is actually quite excited for that.
Yeah, see, I did.
Who knows? Sometimes the sequels can be just as good, if not better, than Toy Story 2. I felt was better than Toy Story 1.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that one was, all 3 of those were surprisingly. The third one, a lot of people thought was a cash-in.
And in some respects, sequels don't necessarily turn into sequels; they turn into TV series, like the Tangled TV series that's going to come
Right.
out, which looks really good. And I mean, Disney's not a stranger to sequels. They're not. Like, I mean, I don't know if anybody else liked Lion King 2, but I sure did.
I thought it was
So-
all right.
They did have a history of a lot more of the cash-in sequels, like straight to DVD and so forth.
Right.
Like
But
the
now-
Cinderella stuff.
Right, but now they're pushing a lot more of it to actual theater stuff, and most of them have been really good. I think Cars was one of the weird ones that kind of flopped.
Yeah,
But beyond that, you know, some of the other ones that got coming out, I'm actually quite excited to see.
me too. But.
So.
Yep, that's it for our movie and TV
Incredibles 2.
news. Yes, exactly. Finally. But that's it for our movie news for right now. Next up, we have our inevitable Nintendo section. What is our song,
The
Caleb?
song is I Am Machine by 3 Days Grace. And you are listening to the Nerd Edification Hour on Alternation Radio, and we will be right back.
All right, welcome back to the Nerd Edification Hour on Alternation Radio. I'm Jeremy Powers, and to my left,
I'm Rachel.
and who we can hear this time.
Caleb, hi. My
All
mic
right.
is working.
So we're going to go ahead and kick back in with the inevitable Nintendo, which I still laugh at this too from that. One episode I named it. You guys
One
used it.
episode.
You never used it again.
Yeah.
It's an episode name. It was mine forever. All right.
5 ever.
I didn't see any copyright.
You were on the episode.
I know.
It was the one show you've been on.
Okay.
We'll fix that. Anyways, so Super Smash Bros. Creator Masahiro Sakurai will hold a video presentation on Sunday, June 14th to talk about the latest updates to Super Smash Bros. For Nintendo 3DS and Wii U. The presentation will be all about new content beginning at 10:40 a.m. Eastern Time and be broadcast through Nintendo's dedicated E3 site. Video will air on the same day that Mother 3's Lucas and Splatoon-themed outfits will become available as downloadable content.
Which is really cool.
Yeah.
And I just realized that I find it very funny that big companies, electronics and game companies, will spend money and have a website made and maintained
Dedicated,
and dedicated
yeah.
just to E3, which is, a lot of money.
Yeah.
Well, they've always done that. They just do a page on the Nintendo site that's always their E3 stuff. They just update it every year.
Okay.
So it's been there for years now.
The language in it made me think that it's like literally
like a whole new
Got a whole new
website.
domain, got a whole new server.
Yeah, I think it's
for
literally
it.
like Nintendo.com/E3.
Yeah.
I mean, it's
Okay. Yeah. If it was an actual site, I'd be like, wait a minute. Whoa.
we're gonna use them once and never touch it.
No, it's more like they have it and then they like pause it and then they pick it back up again. No.
But no, I mean seriously, Lucas.
Yes. Lucas is going to be cool.
Lucas.
Yeah.
That little snake of his.
Rope snake.
So we've got
Rope
another
snake.
we've got him coming back from the Mother series, which people are still wanting more of. I mean, they're not making any of them, but I just would like to get the other ones here.
They just need them on digital for digital download on the 3DS. I'm just saying, virtual
They
console.
never
Hello.
translated like Mother 3 in Japan.
there
They
were-
never translated it, but there's a fan-made
Right.
translation
Yeah.
online.
Which we played through part of that one before
Yeah.
and streamed it.
Yeah, but there's various reasons why it hadn't been translated yet. Maybe if they ever put it on virtual console, they will include a translated one.
You say yet. It's been years.
I know.
It came out.
I know,
Hey,
but
at
there's
least-
reasons why it wasn't. But we'll talk about that on
At
another.
least they brought the older one back. But,
Of course.
I mean, they're probably. I think they're going to be announcing probably new characters because we've got at least 4 or 5 more DLC characters they said they're going to do.
Woohoo!
And there's some of the front runners. People are still thinking Ryu is going to be in it.
No, veto.
Why?
It's,
I miss
I
Roy.
don't know. It just doesn't. He doesn't.
I'll tell you one thing in Smash Bros. Melee, yeah,
Yeah, Lucina.
I kicked so much butt with Roy. Like that flame sword, that was my move. Okay,
You have his granddaughter.
no, Roy is the man. There's a whole dedicated
That was
little
Marth.
web.
Duh.
They have a whole dedicated like web comic series of just him looking miserable, looking at all the other Smash Bros. Characters
yeah,
getting in.
I see that on Facebook.
Yeah, they're like, Mewtwo, welcome back. Everyone's here. And he's just like, oh.
And Roy's outside in the
outside.
rain. But yes, speaking of games on Wii U, the Wii U itself actually got a system update. It just went live worldwide, and for most of the planet
Most of the
anyway.
planet. Oh.
And it's all about its luscious stability. Now,
Stability.
yeah, what that means, it just operates a little bit better, I guess. Fixed some issues.
Seemed fine to me.
Unforeseen issues that you can't see that might be occurring in the background.
Well, another side of this people don't really think about, especially with it occurring this close to E3. A lot of companies will do an update that will be in preparation for what they're going to announce that day, because they're very common
Right.
to be like, hey, here's this, go get it.
Yeah, exactly. They'll release stuff to prepare for DLC that releases, or even like a dedicated streaming app that's on the console,
Right.
As well as any future game releases that they can go ahead and prepare for now.
I mean, it's just an update. I remember the big ones that we used to get. Like, remember that day we got the clock? The clock was great.
Yeah, that was cool.
I could tell the time on another place.
Most notably, though, about this update, if you're in Europe, you'll find that this update hammers the final nail into the coffin of the TV, which TV and then 2 little lowercase i's like the Wii. It just the service, which was heavily promoted at launch and is available in North America, here where we are, it was never activated in Europe, mainly because they already have something like this.
Yeah.
So it was kind of redundant.
They got that the dedicated BBC app.
Exactly.
So they didn't really need it over there.
Yeah, but its removal isn't really a massive shock because of that. But if you were one of the few that was still holding out hope for whatever reason, it's time to let it go. To say,
I've used it here. I mean, it's fun, but it is not necessary.
no, it's unnecessary. But
I just find it.
moving right along, the a list into Nintendo stuff. Less than a week away is E3. You guys know that. And pretty much leaks and official announcements are going to be rampant until it happens.
Rampant.
Yes. You want to finish it?
Yes.
Go ahead.
All right.
Go ahead.
So, thankfully, this news falls into the latter category. In a short video, it has been revealed that the Wii U Zelda/Dynasty Warriors hit the big hit, which I really like. Hyrule Warriors will be heading to the 3DS. The announcement doesn't stop there, however, as 2 new playable characters from the Wind Waker have been revealed, and that is Tetra and the King of Red Lions.
Let me just say that you actually use his boat form.
Yep.
I saw that in the video, and I was like, that is both wholly
great.
unnecessary and really strange, but also wonderful. But
Yeah, somebody done messed up on their channel because like I went to go check out the trailer and it was like private. And I'm like,
and now
what?
it's gone. So
somebody got fired.
Yeah, Jeremy and I were talking about that. Like, man, somebody got canned. They did not read the memo correctly.
You know, there's a thing when you upload a video and when you go to publish it, you can put it to private. So that way it doesn't get released
until it's supposed to.
Yeah.
You can actually set a date of when you would like to publish it.
This is true. You can schedule it as well. It's one thing you can do.
It's not that hard, guys.
So a little bit what they showed for the game, though, is Tetra and the King of Red Lions, if you get the 3DS version, they'll be transferable into the Wii U one. But they haven't said like if amiibos are going to be used or not.
They haven't said if they're going to be regular DLC characters on the Wii U. Also,
they haven't said.
They haven't said.
All they've shown
which
that little bit is
that it's transferable.
Yeah.
That's what the infographic alluded to. Anyway.
Now, if they say, look, you have to buy the 3DS one to get these characters, that's going to be.
That's actually not unheard of, though. That happens a lot.
Yeah,
or if you get a game, it'll connect to something and give you new characters.
But then
because
you can play
the 3DS game is the exact same one on the Wii U. There's like nothing different besides that you can switch.
We don't know that.
That you can switch characters during fighting.
We
which
don't know that.
You should have been able to do anyways because it's a Dynasty Warrior game. So
well, that changes the mechanics. Plus, we haven't got an official announcement for the U.S. yet. This was a completely Japanese trailer.
Exactly. And if they are going to announce it, we'll hear on their event coming up. So
if you can't tell, I'm slightly excited, slightly perturbed about it because I have mixed feelings.
Sense. I'm more surprised that it's not being listed as a new 3DS XL exclusive to kind of push it for the hardware. That kind of shocked me a little bit more than anything, but they might have advantages to playing it on there. You know, that could be what lets you do the swap out of characters or have larger battlefields or something.
It is definitely going to be smaller because it has to be.
Yeah.
Well, they're probably going to include all the main stuff in a lot of the content, but you got to remember the 3DS is more powerful than we think it is, but it's not obviously not as powerful as the Wii U. But
it's about as powerful as a Wii.
But they have some pretty large games in there. I mean, Bravely
Bravely
Default is a good example because that game is huge. But and then you have terrible examples in the Xenoblade new 3DS installment, which doesn't run as well as it should for various reasons. Well, there's been some issues with other people on the thing, so that's where that is. But
what's
also
the last bit?
Yeah, the last bit is Splatoon's going to be at Nintendo World Championships. It's going to be one of the 8 games included in the tournament. And also in this announcement video, Nintendo revealed that what can you pronounce?
Kevin Pereira.
Kevin Pereira will be at the event's official host. On top of that, it was confirmed that several well-known gamers,
like Egoraptor, he's gonna be Aaron.
Mm-hmm. Ooh, Aaron's gonna be there. That's awesome. Aaron's gonna be there. Have been invited to participate in the tournament, and will join the 8 winners who come out on top of the Best Buy qualifying rounds.
Why didn't they come ask me? I'm so huge on YouTube. I mean, gosh.
But don't forget to tune into the main event, which you can watch on Sunday at 3 p.m. Pacific Time, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Right.
But and that's all of our Nintendo news for right now.
Yeah, that was a pretty big one.
It was. There's a lot of stuff going on.
All these air quote leaks coming out and stuff before E3.
It's pre-E3, so we can expect this kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, the song we're going to play, speaking of Splatoon, I found a way to get. All right. So, the Squid Sisters song, you know that?
Yes.
Yeah. That's what it is.
Yay!
Yeah, it's from Splatoon. It's great.
Next up, we have our nerd vocab as well.
Yep. And we'll be right back here on the Nerd Edification Hour on Alternation Radio.
And we are back on the Nerd Edification Hour on Alternation Radio. I am Rachel, and I have next to me
Jeremy Powers.
And, of course, in front of us, we have
Caleb. What's up? Hi. I thought you were going to say my name, but okay, sure. That's good.
Yeah. So, Jake is not here today. He has a lot of homework that he's doing. Well, summer classes do that to you sometimes.
Yeah, I know.
That's what happens.
I'm in summer classes.
I know you are. But what am I? No, I'm kidding.
I'm not.
I'm not, obviously.
I know you are.
But our nerd vocab today is glitch. It's very, very popular in, well, everything, not only video games, but just programs in general. The meaning of the word is a sudden, usually temporary malfunction or irregularity of equipment. In video games, it can be graphical, mechanical, or game breaking.
Yep.
Otherwise known as bugs.
Yes, they're also bugs.
They can be useful, though. There's actually a couple major things in gaming that were because of glitches that occurred. We can thank that for Devil May Cry, because the entire mechanic of juggling people was originally a glitch in a Resident Evil title. The creeper in Minecraft was a glitch of the pig.
Yep.
Seriously, it was originally the pig, and it messed it up.
That's funny.
You can also use this to find content that wasn't normally meant to be in the game. Like, for example, in the Final Fantasy 15 demo, the first release, if you glitched outside of the map and got under the map, you could see the Atlas figure thing that was holding up the world.
There's a way in Splatoon now you can glitch and get outside the main area, and they've actually fleshed out the whole area outside the city.
Yeah, it's very detailed.
Nice.
Yeah, way too much detail for not being able to go there.
Yeah, maybe that's something you can get to later, maybe.
Do they do this online, and does that count towards your goal, towards your score or whatever?
No, I'm talking about like the main menu map area.
Oh, the menu. Okay,
Yeah.
the menu. Right. Sorry.
Yeah,
I thought you were talking about online.
And I mean, there's glitches in almost every game if you look
Especially
hard
Ubisoft's.
enough. Yes, that is actually
The missing face Assassin's Creed.
Yes,
Oh, gosh.
I have
The Witcher 3 has actually had some weird looking glitches too. It's just
very
like,
weird,
whoa.
and some of them
Bethesda games.
some of them are not appropriate at all.
No.
But okay, so Jeremy, what is one of the most interesting glitches that you have encountered, or one of your favorite glitches?
Oh, Lord. Like I said, some of the stuff for Assassin's Creed, just the fact of you're talking to somebody and all of a sudden the face disappears and they look like the old N64 Andros from Star Fox.
Oh,
with
God.
Just teeth and floating eyeballs. You're just kind of like, what the heck? But no, the worst glitch I think I've had for a lot of them was the old Superman 64.
Oh, God.
I got that the day it came out. It was a horrible mistake. I was trying to play it and I would start the level. I took one step forward and literally just dropped straight through the world and I was done. I was stuck down there. I had to start over, and I was like, all right, I'm finished.
I'm done. I think that is the epitome of the words rage quit.
Yes.
Yes.
Rachel, what have you experienced?
I've encountered actually quite a few glitches in my life, mainly because I have friends who have done the paid hardcore beta testing and stuff like that. And one of the things that you have to do in it is you have to follow the instructions given to you by the developer. Like, you literally, sometimes you have to run against a certain wall nonstop for like 5 minutes just to test to see whether you glitch outside of it. So I was playing the co-op mode of Unity, Assassin's Creed Unity, right? And I was playing with a friend of mine in California, and he was so excited to play co-op mode on Unity with someone because nobody wanted to play it with him. Like, nobody had it or that would play it with him or something. And same here for me. So we were playing it, and I'm getting something out of like the inventory, right? And all of a sudden I see his character just literally continually running past me and then running into the wall, disappearing, and then running past me again, like literally for almost 5 minutes. And I'm sitting here going, wait a minute, what are you doing?
You find a portal gun?
What are you doing? And he's sitting here like, I'm standing right next to you. And I'm like, no, you're not. And I took a little quick video and sent it to him on his inbox, because you could do that on a PlayStation. You can take a quick little video and then send it to people. And he said, oh my God, what am I doing? And of course, I've also glitched out of the map several times during Destiny. In the middle of a boss fight, I have like when you're going against one of the big Cabal tank, if you go onto the top left side of the first little area in that little battle area, and you go on top of the rocks, sometimes you will glitch through the rocks inside the rock, and you can't get out.
Nice.
The only way you can get out is if you blow yourself up with a rocket launcher, pray to someone that you have rocket launcher ammo, and if not, hope and pray that the boss will somehow see you and blow you up and get you out of there, because otherwise you're just stuck there.
Do you respawn there if you exit the game, or
depends?
You can exit if you're in a fire team. You can exit the area and come back in, and a lot of times you'll spawn at the beginning of that area, but typically, if the boss is already done, you don't really want to leave and come back because that's almost at the end. A lot of times, though, if they get far enough ahead of you, the game will teleport you to them. So it's really half a dozen whisks of another. But there's a lot of glitches in games out there.
Yeah, we found a way for Destiny. We actually did a whole video series of it during the beta of how to break out of the map on Earth, and then made our way around. Because when they do the geometry, it would jut out so much on the inside, and we found a way most of the way around it. And then underwater, where the water map was.
Yeah.
It was hilarious. We'd just look up, watch people running around and playing. We're just kind of like, oh, this is great. We're down here.
What about you, Caleb?
It actually happened today that I had a very interesting. I was testing PSO2, seeing if it worked because it had a big update today. It didn't work, and one of the interesting glitches was my character. When I went to the character select screen, all of my characters were like compressed. And I mean, like, into a rectangle and a square, like a small square. And I was like, and their arms are like, it's like, they look like a puddle, like they were crushed. And I was like, what in the world? I don't understand.
Has it since been fixed?
No, I have to go home and fix it.
Oh boy,
I can fix it.
Oh boy, something didn't.
I've just never seen that. I've just never seen that.
Yeah,
before.
that's pretty nuts. But there's a lot of glitches out there. There really is, and. If you guys want, if you have a favorite glitch in a video game, send us a message or on our Facebook or on our Twitter or in the comment section below if you're watching this on YouTube.
Below.
So
you
we'd
have to
love
do the fingers.
Yes,
below.
below.
The dark
below. Definitely. But we'll just tell us about it. We'd love to hear from you guys. Yeah, so that is our nerd vocab section.
Yep. Nice. Next up, we'll probably compress our video game and then technology.
Some technology
video
news.
game and technology news.
Yep.
And I finally also managed to fix another thing. I fixed the Smash Brothers soundtrack. I finally got it on here.
Hooray!
Well, not the whole thing. That's 700 songs worth, but no.
Oh God.
No, one of them. But I finally managed to find a workaround. Anyways, this is the Super Smash Brothers Battlefield 4 theme. Yeah.
Hooray!
Yay!
Nice.
And so you're listening to the Nerd Edification Hour on Alternation Radio, and we will be right back. All right, you are listening to the Nerd Edification Hour on Alternation Radio. Hello there, I'm Caleb.
I'm Rachel.
And I'm Jeremy.
And now we have your ever awesome video game news. So does everybody in this room know who Platinum Games is?
Yeah.
I would hope so.
Yay.
They made Bayonetta.
Yeah, they did.
Beautiful Joe.
So Platinum Games has been extremely busy since the studio was founded just under a decade ago. They've already pumped out 9 games, including Bayonetta and Metal Gear Rising: Revengeance, which is a super awesome game. I just
so
want to say,
hacky slashy.
101.
hacky slashy, awesome soundtrack. Oh my gosh, I have that soundtrack. With a 10th Scalebound on the way. But that's not all they're working on. Oh, they gasp. Platinum will be revealing a brand new game at E3 with IGN premiering the first gameplay at 3 p.m. Pacific time on June 16th. No details have been revealed, but Scalebound creative director, JP Kellums tweeted that the announcement will surprise you and might even make you cry.
Does this mean that some sort of fan favorite game from the past is going to be getting a sequel through them? Or
does that mean Platinum Games is going to be working on a new Metroid?
Yeah, I don't think that.
I can dream.
Highly doubt
I can
it.
dream. I can dream.
Who knows? But if you hear us on the air just sobbing, then apparently it's good. It might just be an entire hour of crying. So I don't know.
Well, Bayonetta 3. It looks so great.
That'll be Bayonetta 3.
But and so that's we'll find out more about what it is on E3.
On E3, and then we'll have our E3 special, which will be nothing but video game news and us nerdgasming all over the place.
Yes,
It'll be great.
Probably crying and jumping up and down, maybe screaming. I don't know. Not loud
I'll have
screaming.
to keep the microphones low that day.
I might be running around the room. You don't know. But also, speaking of all the leaks that we've been going on
air quote
recently.
Leaks, you have to do air quotes.
The next Destiny expansion called The Taken King, which is according to marketing materials that were leaked to Kotaku. If you're going to leak it to anybody, leak it to Kotaku, because of course, they are going to talk about it.
Cold taco?
No. On Monday night, a tipster sent over a large marketing sheet for The Taken King, which has been, this kind of material has been corroborated with other sources, meaning that it's not been leaked just to them, but to other people as well. The sheet lists the price of it at $40, and it offers a handful of details surrounding the next expansion pack. For example, it confirms the existence of new subclasses for each of the game's 3 classes, along with the new elemental super ability. Right now, there's only 2 elemental abilities for each character. Like warlocks are, you either have void damage, which is, or sun damage. So you're a sun singer or a void walker. With a hunter class, you are either a blade dancer, which is arc damage, or you're, I think, solar, which is the golden gun ability, and then for Titans you're either void or arc as well, which is the bubble. When you pop a bubble up, it's a defense bubble, or Fist of Havoc, which is ridiculous. So basically, what's going to happen is warlocks are going to get some kind of electrical storm ability, which is arc, which is going to make it so broken. Because I can't even tell you how hard it is to complete some of these bounties if you, as a sun singer, because you have to wait for your grenades to recharge, or you slap them in the face with your sun fist. And that just takes so long, except if you're a hunter and you can just arc blade people, you're just like, blah, 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 hack and slash, I'm done. And it makes it so easy. So I can't tell you how excited I am to get arc damage. There's going to be a gravity bow, apparently, for hunters, which will be void, and a flaming hammer for Titans. So basically, they're going to turn into Thor a little bit
with a
well, that would
fire?
be arc then.
No, they're going to.
Lightning.
Kind of, but they're gonna have a bit of a Thor-esque quality to them, except with fire.
That's not Thor though.
Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter.
It's more of like a dwarf.
Maybe it would be a dwarf.
That's more of a dwarf.
Let's just call him Gimli. Okay.
Gimli. My Gimli hammer.
Yeah. So apparently the expansion will be out on September 15th.
Now, is this going to be covered under the season pass, or is this a whole new one?
I want to say it's covered under the season pass.
No, whole new season pass.
I'd hope so.
You might want to, when it is formally talked about, you might want to email Destiny, or they might just address it by themselves.
New season pass, $100.
No, they'll probably address it by themselves, because they technically the only ones that were listed for the season pass were the 2 that were already announced. Now, it did kind of say in the little bottom stuff that this includes other things that have not yet been announced, but we can't really say whether or not it would be, because we don't know. So,
well, what we do know, moving on to the next thing, is the new Ratchet & Clank game for PS4 is based on the movie that is based on the game. Which, that's literally what the trailer says.
Yeah.
That is
great.
so meta.
That's their selling point, by the way.
So it's a game based on a movie based on a game. All right. It's a new game with elements based on the original, but now with modern controls, several new planets, new and updated gameplay segments, all new Clank gameplay, all new boss fights, new flight sequences, and more. Lots of new. All constructed to take advantage of the graphical prowess of the PlayStation 4.
If you haven't seen the trailer yet, you need to watch it, because it looks so good.
It does look, but
I'm not worried about how it looks. The writing is just hilarious.
Yeah, and Ratchet has a new ship, and it looks awesome.
Is it just as much of a jerk to him?
What? The
His ship would always just
It might be.
Crap.
It might be.
That's going to be great.
But yeah, so I'm excited for it. Oh, but the cool thing is the weapon you get, right, Jeremy?
Yep. When you pre-order, which the whole pre-order thing again,
yes.
you get the Bouncer, one of the fan favorite weapons from Ratchet & Clank Going Commando.
Love that gun.
Yeah. The game is slated to release spring 2016, with the film releasing April 29th, 2016 as well.
Look, pre-order our game, so in case it tanks, we still get your money.
Kind of.
Just saying.
That's how that works.
That's how it works.
And quick little tidbit, the Final Fantasy 15 episode Disguise 2.0 demo launched yesterday. I did get to play a great deal of it. I'm not finished yet because there's a whole slew of new side quests.
Why aren't you done,
things.
Rachel?
Because I wanted to
expected
take
it to be done.
No, I wanted to take my time with it so I could actually sit down and enjoy it and find everything.
So it's this is the demo everyone paid for that came with a free game.
Pretty much, yes. But the update itself was like 3 gigs, so it was a pretty massive.
For a demo?
Yeah. So it was huge.
No.
But that magical moment when everything that you suggested in the feedback survey is fixed. I could kiss the developers.
Except they still
at
haven't
Square
released
Enix.
the actual game yet.
Well, no, but this is more than we've seen in like 10 years, and also it's a continual stream of information rather than nothing. But you gotta understand whose fault it was. The previous president, Wada, was obsessed with Final Fantasy 13 and Lightning and all that kind of stuff. So that's all he wanted to release, and that's it. So this game, which is now looking wonderful, never got any attention. So you could technically say that it was it was in development hell, like The Last Guardian is, which we might see at E3 or
Maybe.
something. A little bit. That's what they've
If
said.
they release a new trailer, all I want them to do, and someone said this on Twitter one time, is just have it end with coming soon, because they still won't have the date. People
Yeah,
just be like,
exactly.
"No."
But yeah, so I just wanted to give you guys an update on what I thought about the demo. It's very, very good. We might as well just move
Yes,
right along
very
to
quickly.
our next thing.
Yeah.
Go ahead and tell us a little bit about this Apple Music nonsense.
Apple Music, it's the best thing. It's so original name. It's coming to Android. It's a music-y, streaming Apple music-y thing.
You heard right, folks.
There you go.
It's going to have Android functionality.
Android.
It's like a Spotify, Pandora-esque service
with
via Apple.
$10 a month, and then with the 6 family member thing, you get $15 a month.
Yeah, it's really nutty, but it's
No, it's Apple-y. It's not nutty.
No, it's
Apple-y.
nutty. I'm sorry, it's nutty, and it's there's
about
enough
fruit.
music
Same thing.
There's enough music streaming services out there. They didn't need to get on the ball with this. They already have Apple Radio. They need to calm down.
That music streaming hype train, though.
They need to just calm down. And in this whole slew of Apple stuff, they have announced new details on iOS 9, which has some really cool updates in it that I actually like. The main thing that I like is increasing the battery life, and
That's always good.
Yeah,
always
so
a
that's and it has a proactive assistant thing, and it has a multitasking feature where you can have 2 apps open.
Proactive assistant, like
Which
it'll
is that?
help get rid of pimples and stuff.
No, it's which makes several quality of life changes to the operating system, which is once again battery power.
Quality of life, they're getting the whole Nintendo thing now?
No, but here's the other thing
Right.
that's cool, and this is specifically, I think, for the iPads, the newer iPads, not the older ones. So, which means mine won't get this update, but that's okay. I like my iPad. It also is going to have this multitasking feature, which I mean, Windows and Microsoft stuff has already done this and been able to do it for a long time. And the Apple thing is, visualize a iPad screen. You can have 2 apps open at the same time on the same screen, taking up half of the screen on each side,
Just
which
like a
is kind of
computer.
neat.
I did that earlier today on my Windows tablet.
Exactly. There you go. So now finally Apple is getting on the ball with this.
Good.
Yeah, so there's that. And our last bit of news is the DARPA Robotics Challenge finals are here.
Robots.
Yay!
Yay, robots.
arm wrestling each other for $2 million.
Yeah, so it's basically the robots that are made by these teams will need to navigate an obstacle course designed to replicate an emergency or disaster rescue mission. That means walking over debris, driving vehicles, climbing stairs, cutting through walls, opening doors, closing valves, and falling down a lot, which is what robots do. And
It's like your little babies.
and every time I think of Robotics Challenge, I think of the old robot fight shows, and I wish they were still
Metabots?
around. Yes.
But
No.
but something like this, though, I mean, it's actually really important. They're making it kind of like a game.
Yeah.
But the actual applications of these are great, because if you get something like a location with a major earthquake or things going where you have structural
And the
damage,
snake robots that can climb telephone poles.
those things are awesome.
They're so cool.
But you can send this in where, someone could be trapped where it's too dangerous to send actual people in because something could happen. but the robot can go in, and it's a robot. If it gets crushed, the robot gets crushed, whatever. But it's a chance to actually help people and get into these areas you could not normally get into. So, I mean, while it is a game, it's actually a huge leap forward in a lot of the stuff for robotics for helping people.
But
Yep, that'll be it here on the Nerd Edification Hour on Alternation Radio. The outgoing song is from Mega Man X2, the Bubble Crab stage, and it's a remix. I'm kind of doing that, yeah. And till next week, stay fancy.
yes, indeed. Bye.
Bye.
See ya.